silencing my every fear, silencing my every fear. I believe in you. You're the God. Yes, I believe. I receive you. You're the God. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're the one is reaching out. Yeah. You're the one who put death in his place. His life is flowing. His life is flowing. I believe in you. You're the God, the God of miracles. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're the God. You're the God. Yes, I believe you are. You keep on making way. You're the God. And you raise the dead. Every eye, I believe. Yeah. You're the God who was and is to come. Yeah. And you're the power of the risen one. Yeah. You're the God who brings dead things to life. You're the God of miracles. You're the God of miracles. You're the power of the risen one. You're the God who brings dead things to life. Dead things to life. You're the God. You're the God. You're the God. You're the God. Oh, the God who was. The power of the risen one. You're the God who brings death to life. You're the God. You're the God. The God of miracles. God of miracles. You're the God. You're the God that brings that thing to life. Oh, sing, the dawn shall rise. Oh, you're the God. You're the God. You're the God. You're the God we believe. Yes, I believe you are. Yes, I believe. You're the God of miracles. I believe. Yes, you heal my body. Yes, you heal my mind. You heal my mind. You're the healer. You're the deliverer. Yeah. Sustainer. Yeah. Strong tower. Yeah. You keep on doing it over. Hey, make it away over and over again. Yeah, make it away. You cannot lie on God. Oh, make it away. Make it away. Make it away. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You keep making way out of no way. Keep on
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to another Alkebulan Spiritual Sunday. How y'all doing? Let me turn this mic down in my ear because it's echoing in my ear and I don't need to hear myself. There we go. I just use it for the music when it's streaming so that I know when to come in and when not to come in, right? But again, welcome to another Keep Land Spiritual Sunday. We thank you for coming. Hopefully that you've had a blessed week up until now. Hopefully your Sunday is sunny and it does look beautiful outside. And hope today's is a sending blessings to your Sunday, sending a blessing for the rest of the week for you, sending a blessing of health and love to your family, sending it all. Now, this month for us at the Pan African Orthodox Christian Church and here at the World of Akibland is anniversary month, which means we are in the celebratory mode. And normally we celebrate all the time, but this is an extra special because that means it's 68 years of a Christian service to the community, 68 years of Pan Africanism, 68 years of coming together, building power institutions. Woo, a lot of people can't say that. And for World of Keybland, so that should be what, 40, 68, 40, maybe 44 years out of the 68 was the existence of World of Akiba, something like that. I'll take another look at it just to be sure. I'm gonna have to go backtrack and do my thing. But we are celebrating anniversary month, and in that space, we celebrate the past, we celebrate the present, and we celebrate the future. Because a lot of times on anniversary, all people are talking about is their yesterday, and celebrating what those who have gone before have done. And that's a beautiful thing. We want to remember the footsteps of our history. We really do, because it allows us to help understand where we've come from and where we are and get to where we're going. Because if you don't know your history, whatever problems they had before us, we're subjected to go through the same thing. And we don't want to do that. We want to always look at our past. We always want to look at our present and be grateful for where we are, the sasa, the now, right? Ahuru sasa, freedom now. We want to be in our now, and then we also want to get to our future. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Now during anniversary month, I did say that we're gonna make some moves this month, and one of the moves that we're making is we're trying to fulfill that I know I'm working on, trying to fulfill the vision that I had when I came up with the concept of a world of Akiba land. Now, if you ever go to the website and you look at the website and you go to the page of what we do, right? In there it says, or coming next, it says WOATV. Right. So 7 years ago, I sat down and said, we're going to be able to put together a network or a series of programs throughout the week, throughout, so that people could watch it, kids could watch it, and it would be inspirational, it would be uplifting, it would be fun. I mean, whole tons of things that is Afrocentrically focused and pouring into who we are as people, who we are as pouring into our children and parenting. I said, hey, the concept of World of Akibaland being a Black parenting reference. What? I said, so I got the part where people can write up, we can have scholars write essays and books in terms of helping with parenting and everything. So that's there, right? So we want to say, but these particular 6 programs, we have, of course, the African Speaks is still coming. We have African history coming up this week. We have, of course, Akiba Land Sunday service, which is where we are now. We got the Garvey games. I got some special stuff coming for the Garvey games. I'm partnershiping with a lot of major moves. Woo! Y'all don't even understand what's about to happen with the Garvey games. When I mean this is about to be international, the Garvey games is about to be international. This is coming real big if everything works out. I had a meeting yesterday. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, it's getting there. And then we have after stream, we started doing that. That's coming even more and more this week. If I can do it every day, it's going to be a quick 15 to 30-minute excerpt that I put out there, but that's going to happen every day. And then we have also the African spirituality class that's being in development. Today, I got a lot of homework to do because I'm putting together the framework of each one. We did the videos, and now we're going to do the first lessons and try to get the second lessons done today. Now, of course, as we move forward with everything that we're doing, if you're watching us on Facebook, I'm going to always ask you to like, I want you to comment, and I want you to share it. Like, comment, and share. This is how we get across the world and build a better place for black youth, black parents, black people, black families, black couples. I can't wait to woo woo. I got something that will call Blackonomics. There's so many other programs that I'm developing that the Black Love Affair, the couples thing. I got so many things, but we want to also continue to build this. All right. So now, and also, if you ever see us on the African Speaks, because the stream's live on the African Speaks, please always go to YouTube and subscribe. You know what I mean? Drop a comment. I see it. Of course, we're still growing because I've never advertised this, never advertised it because I've been waiting for my community to play catch up. So if I can get my community to play catch up in terms of technology, then I wouldn't feel so bad going out into the public and pulling people in when I'm like, well, okay, my community still needs help learning technology. So the best thing is let me at least continue doing what I do for black youth while I continue to educate the adults. What is the best route to utilize technology? Okay, hopefully they start listening. Now, and if you like what you see and you want to continue to, again, like, comment, and share, and that's the best way to give something. But however, I added this too. I told them I would do it. If you ever go to the website, which you say woaatl.org, and you want to assist us moving our programs forward, please log on to the World of Alkebulan, and if you scroll down, you'll see the donate button. Yes, that goes directly to the World of Akiba Land, the donate button. All right, so we're doing tremendous things in our community. Woo! Can't wait till y'all see what comes with the Garvey games. Y'all, woo! Akiba Land Arcadia, y'all get ready. The Garvey games is about to be a big one. But if you were listening to the music as it came in, the line that they were saying was the God of miracles, the God of miracles. And so today's topic is based on the phrase everyday miracles. Wow. So now when you talk about miracles, they in the Bible, even in history, or when people singing these songs, they talk about the things that God is doing miraculously, divine intervention, where something happens where there was nothing that you could ever have done to even get this situation fixed. So you give it up and you pray to God and say, I need you to fix something. I need you to work something. Miracles. And so in the Bible, there histories of in lines and lines and scriptures of miracles that God had did on behalf of Israel. Now, and here's another thing, in our history, not only in the Bible, but in Black history, African history, Pan-African history, the issue of the struggle, there have been tons of things that has happened that have been considered miracles, divine intervention. Now, but there's that everyday miracle that I always think that people are not focusing on. And the more we can focus on our everyday miracle, the more that we can speak to those miracles that are every blue moon. But and every blue moon means every once in a while, right? So every once in a while, you have something happen, you'll be like, oh, I can't believe that happened. But then you have those everyday miracles. And now, before I start explaining what is the everyday miracle to you, what is the everyday miracle, I want to explain how we exist in the universe first. Because before we can even start about talking about the everyday miracle, we need to talk about what is happening with this cosmic energy that we are a part of. Because the solar system that we are a part of. This is not, when you look at your world and you look outside, you're only a small part of the greater thing that we live in, the greater earth, the greater experience of life. You're a small part of a great experience. And so when you talk about space and the vastness of space and what creates space and what creates the earth and what creates life, what creates wind, what creates rain, what creates soil, you talk about cosmic energy and creative intelligence, which is the substance of God. Cosmic energy and creative intelligence. You can't even fathom the depth of who the creator is. Wow. When you think about it. And so I'm going to bring in some science in this conversation, right? Because in the science of the conversation, you get to understand the magnitude of what God placed together when he put this world together, when he put this earth together, and for you to sit in it. You're sitting in it. Of course, look at how big space is. You sitting in it. This is you. That's space. And so you sit within this cosmic energy. And the Bible says we live, move, and have our total being in God, meaning that we're not even separate from the energy source that created the universe. Think about it. And so man has taken the time to study this universe. And I don't know if some of y'all take science. I don't know if y'all take chemistry, right? But if some of y'all take science and chemistry, you might have seen this next set, right? Okay. And this next set is what? The periodic table. Now, how does God and the periodic table work? Because they try not to bring church and science together. They don't want to bring it because we can prove certain things with the knowledge and wisdom that we have acquired being on this earth. Meditating and opening ourselves to the experience of God, where we're going to study the world around us. And that's when you're studying God, when you're studying the world around you. So in science, when you're studying the world, everything, when you're studying anything in the world, you're studying how God exists and how man exists in God. And so the periodic table is important because every time they talk about finding elements in this earth, elements or protons or neutrons, electrons, if you haven't talked about it, speak to your teacher about it. Now, here's one thing that I don't know if you know, and I remember I've done this before at adult service. If y'all made it to that particular service, right? And and this is the beauty of the periodic table. If one of these chemicals is off by a hundredth of a hundredth percent, which is like so be far below zero that you couldn't even imagine it. If y'all watch Marvel and they talk about the quantum realm and how vast the quantum realm is, but it's deeply in a small little space. Because when you just get so small, you get into the quantum, which is like just it's super super tiny, but it's still vast. And so they said if one of these elements was a quantum realm different than what it is, the universe as we know it would not exist. The universe would not exist. If any of those chemicals in the periodic table, the sun wouldn't be here, moon wouldn't be here, Mars wouldn't be here, Venus, Uranus wouldn't be here, Saturn, Pluto wouldn't be here. There would be nothing here. Let's get that. If one of those numbers would have changed, there would be nothing here. The universe is made in perfect mathematical symmetry. Perfect mathematical symmetry. Perfect. There is not one number that's off. And anytime you put it off, something seeks to exist. Now, in there, you'll get your oxygen, and we'll talk about that. We'll get your oxygen, and you'll get your carbon, right? And the numbers of carbon, everything about this world is in that periodic table. And those numbers are perfect. And whatever those numbers create is literally perfect. Think about it. Okay, I just gave you a hint. Whatever's in that table, let me go back to the table. Whatever is in this table that this table creates is perfect symmetry. Whatever it makes. Hence, creation that's those numbers in all of creation. You can find them everywhere. Creation is perfect. Mm. Let's think about it. And so what we talk about now is the relationship of those elements working together that develops. This is more science because I got to show you how this blessing, this daily blessing, this not even a blessing, this daily miracle, this miracle that happens every day, you know, in life. This happens all the time, and we're too busy not even focused on it. We're asking and people are grasping for God for the super, but let's and that's nothing wrong with a super miracle. There's nothing wrong with it. But the everyday miracle is super in its own right. And so when you got these chemicals coming together, the science of the world, the mathematics of the world coming together, it creates what is called an ecosystem of things. When life develops and grows, you have an ecosystem, which is relationships Relationships of creation. Woo! I like that. That just hit me. Relationships of creation and various types of ecosystems within the Earth's atmosphere, right? Relationships of creation. God created all things, heaven and earth, and all that's in between in perfect mathematical symmetry. Even when it's off balance, it's still perfect. Because, like, my left side is not the same as the right side, it's different. It's completely different. So if you put a mirror to your face and then you have a mirror in front of you and you put a mirror to your face, so it mirrors, you will look completely different than what you look now. So your left side is different than your right side, but it perfectly brings together the fullness of who you are. Hmm, right? To do what? Live in multiple types of ecosystems. And you see different people living in different places, adapting to the environment. And so we try to keep that balance of life in harmony, with nature. Why? Because they say nature is the way you experience the creator the most. That relationship, if you can understand how we relate to nature, how nature relates to us, then we can understand how we are supposed to relate to each other. What? Relationship. Everything is a balance and everything is a relationship. So let me bring it back to this 68 years of liberation, the 68 years of building Black institutions, the 68 years of liberating Black people, this 68 years of connecting and love. It's about relationships, changing Black life, improving Black life. It's about relationships. Us fighting for our human rights. It's about relationships. We want quality relationships as for that human ecosystem. Ooh, just came up with another one. What is a human ecosystem? Mm. I'm working on doctoral theses here. Right. So, and that's important. And so when we take a look at the balance of Earth, or how we relate to nature when we experience God, one of the simplest ways is breathing. Prana, they call it. Inhaling, exhaling. From that periodic table, we inhale oxygen, which is on that periodic table. See that O is on the upper right hand side. And then you exhale carbon dioxide. Now, carbon dioxide is not on the table itself, but it's carbon and oxygen connected is carbon dioxide, right? So those things make that we inhale oxygen. Now, where does the oxygen come from? You're like, what? Where does it come from? It surrounds the planet, and then it's produced by elements within the planet, right? And so what breathes oxygen, which is the trees. So now we're going to talk about that equal relationship that we have with nature, that balance, that harmony, that relationship we have. God said, I'm going to make these trees. I got oxygen here, and I'm going to make these trees, and these things are going to always produce oxygen for us to breathe in, and our organs need oxygen. You take away our oxygen and we can't exist. You take away the oxygen and we don't live no more. Our hearts don't beat no more. Now, of course, God gives us the energy to make our heart beat. You said, where's that from? That's the spark of God in all of us. The spark of God is in all of us because our heart is beating. And as it beats and we inhale and we don't even think, I can't say stop breathing and I just stop. No, some people can meditate their organs to shut down and die. That's what some Africans did on the slave ship on the way here. They said, yeah, I'm not about to be a slave of nobody. I'm out. I'm going back to the father, the mother, father, God. Because God is mother and father. No gender. Mother, father, God. This is the symbol, and think a symbol that means all God, right? So that balance. And so photosynthesis, you see how the sun hits. Why is the sun here? Wow, we get vitamin D from it. You know what I mean? We get sunlight from it. The trees, they eat. Right. So we absorb vitamin D off the sun, and the darker we are, the more we can absorb. You know what I'm saying? So you get darker. That melanin moves for that sun. It strengthens for that sun.
That rhythm comes from that sun. The intellect comes from the sun. Our abilities come from that. It's in that melanin. That melanin hits us. We absorb the energy from the sun, right? Not only vitamin D, but that energy. You walk outside and you feel drained one day, and you walk out there and hit that sun and watch you. Now be careful, because too much sun could harm you, right? But we are the sun-kissed people. Mm, love it. But the sun beams down on a tree. The tree eats and absorbs the moisture, or the minerals out of the soil and the water that comes, right? Ecosystem. Then it breathes off oxygen. And when we're around trees, we breathe better. Y'all go to the botanical gardens and walk around and realize the quality of air that's in there. You breathe, and that's in Atlanta. You breathe better. Find yourself in an area of trees. You breathe better. Meditate in a park. You breathe better. Take a walk and see the earth. You breathe better. You encounter God more, because that is the relationship he gives. He is nature. We can't force or make nature happen. We can help it, but God decides how it flows. We can destroy it too, which sucks. And so we're doing this. Now they say, it has been said that if trees gave off Wi-Fi signals, if trees could give off a Wi-Fi signal to make your Wi-Fi stronger and your computer faster, we'd be planting trees all day. But they give off oxygen. How do we not save trees? Why do we destroy the rainforest? That's what people are saying. God needs these things to help who? Us. And those who breathe in oxygen. Us. Fish are underwater. They can come up for a little while, but then they go back in that water. We can't sit down. We ain't got no gills. We don't breathe water. God made the sea for fish to swim in. We eat fish, but they swim there. God made the air. You see the birds, they fly. They can come down and stop, but they fly. How did man learn how to fly? Well, we can levitate, we can float, we can do all of that. But I ain't hear no brother discuss he flying yet. Now I can go to sleep and we can come outside our bodies and astral plane other places. Beautiful. That's African spirituality. We'll get into that as it comes. Um, but this is that ecosystem. And so when you get into that ecosystem and you're understanding that God did a lot of things for this earth, a whole lot of things for this earth. And so you ask your question, why did God do these things? What was the reason or the purpose behind God creating such a planet that is mathematically sound and perfect? Easy. God did this, Alkebulan, for you. What you have to understand is that you are the first miracle that you're going to experience. The moment that you wake up, God created a whole universe just for you to exist in it and experience the things that he created on your behalf. Your people were the first people to walk the earth. Your people was the first people to cultivate lands and languages and arts and systems. Your people, African people, were the first ones to experience the miracle of life that you are. You wake up, you are absolutely in perfect harmony with the Creator because you're breathing. What are you breathing? Oxygen. Who put it there? God. That is the everyday miracle. You are the everyday miracle. So when you're feeling down and you're feeling sad and because of situations around you, situations and circumstances got you feeling like something ain't right, connect with the God in you. Look in the mirror. Call up someone else who can inspire you to see the God in you and the God things that God placed around you. You are the gift to the planet. That is that miracle that you wake up every day. Wow, wait a minute. God created an experience of life so that I could live in it and learn about myself, the people I live with, and other cultures. What? And that's what Alkebulan has been. Finding who you are in God. Learning and loving the miracle that you are. And sharing that miracle every day. So when you wake up in the morning, and you start your day, Alkebulan, world of Alkebulan. This is African people all over. But African kids, I'm talking to you. Parents, I'm helping you understand who your child is and who you are so you can share this with each other. Now, of course, yeah, you can beat your miracle or punish your miracle for doing things wrong. Because we want you to get the best out of the miracle that God placed, the God miracle that you are. So do something, be something, achieve something with the miracle of who you are. On everyday basis, when you smile at somebody, you are sharing the miracle of life that you are to someone else. That's what Alkebulan, we're trying to show you who you are in God, who you are. And that's the beautiful thing about being just you, being your perfect you is a God of miracles. And it's not only the things that hasn't happened to you yet, but God is a miracle of every day. You are the miracle of God every day, and the love you share with somebody else, that harmony and balance you share with somebody else is a part of that miracle. And never let the world tell you any different. Sometimes the world will put you in situations where you're like, hey, you don't think I'm a miracle, but that's fine as long as you fight for the miracle that you know who you are. And that's what the struggle of Black life is about. That's what the struggle is about. We want to make sure that everybody that sees us sees the miracle of God that is in us, the way we see the miracle of God in us, and we see it in them. We share it. That's the sharing part. It's like a tree that breathes oxygen and inhales carbon dioxide. We exhale what the trees breathe in. That's a balance. We want a human ecosystem that is at balance. You got to first see the God in you, because no one can see that but you. You are the miracle of that day. That sun, everything around you is the miracle of God. But let you witness that when you open your eyes, I'm breathing again. I can see, I can smell, I can feel, I can touch, taste. And some people may not have all their faculties. That doesn't mean that they are not a miracle. What? Not a miracle. Ain't that something? And some of us, if you ask the parents, I know Ayan, my daughter, her mom calls her the miracle baby, because when Chin was 18, sorry Chin, got to tell it, they said that she may not be able to have children. And when we were able to give, and I didn't know this, I never knew this, right? But I got that information later, right? And then so one day Ayan was crying about her journey, and she said, wait a minute, baby, you got to understand, you are a miracle child. A miracle child, and you know the reasons why. And that's when I found out, right? But you gotta, you're a miracle child, and so don't let life get you down, because you are a miracle in itself. So slow down a little bit, find harmony in the environment, find yourself connected with God, your people, with everybody else, and see what the things in life that God is going to bring according to the miracle that is you. Because we are all miracles placed with talents, gifts, and attributes in us to share to who? To everybody. Nothing is placed in us for ourselves. You are the miracle. So we are celebrating 68 years of understanding who we are in God, that miracle of Black life. Woo! Love it. That is who we are. Alkebulan, that is who you are. Never, never, ever forget that you are the miracle of God. How powerful is that? How much more could you use that to fight for what you feel you need in your life? Think about it. So when you hear the song, God of Miracles, the God of Miracles, now, and because in the song that they were talking about the other supernatural miracles that are happening, but I want you to feel when they see that I believe in you. Why? Because I believe in myself. I can touch, hug, and feel who I am. And so the miracle that is God is the miracle that is me. And if you can think that, there's nothing that you can't achieve, because you're going to be achieving the things that you want to achieve in life with God on your side. You are the miracle of the day. The second you wake up, that second you breathe, oxygen just went in. Well, oxygen keeps going, and even when you sleep. So God spiritual ecosystem where I give God his worship and praise, and he continues to show me the best of me through the situations and circumstances I live in, because some things are put in your life for you to discover the greater miracle that you have buried inside. Ooh, that is wonderful. The miracle that is you. Ain't that something? We serve a God of miracles. I love that. We serve a God of miracles. And we want to always know that we are his greatest miracle. Especially when we stand as a people and we do the great things that our ancestors done. And that's what we're fighting for, to be that miracle on earth yet again. Think about it. One love.
The one who made the blind to see is moving here in front of me, moving here in front of me. The one who made the dead to hear is silencing my every fear, silencing my every fear. I believe in you. You're the God. Yes, I believe. I receive you. You're the God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, you're the one who does impossible. He's reaching out. Yeah. You're the one who put death in his place. His life is flowing. His life is flowing. I believe in you. You're the God, the God of miracles. I believe in you. I believe in you. You're the God. You're the God. Yes, I believe you are. You keep on making way. You're the God. And you raise the dead. Every eye, I believe. Yeah. You're the God who was and is to come. Yeah. And you're the power of the risen one. Yeah. You're the God who brings dead things to life. You're the God of miracles. You're the God of miracles. You're the God who was and is to come. The power of the risen one. You're the God who brings dead things to life. Dead things to life. You're the God. You're the God. You're the God. You keep on